Hey, happy Friday. Mike out here in Cincinnati. So, I've been shooting pistols for a while, and life has finally changed to the point where I can actually attend legitimate classes. Um, so, the thing that's really changed for me is I'm transitioning from a 1911 pattern to a VP9. So, my round counts per mag are going from 9, maybe 10, depending which magazine, up to 17. Not necessarily an issue because I've been doing this for a long time. I work in the tree service industry, so I've got pretty decent hand strength, thumb coordination, things like that. So what I've always done on double stack single feed or single stack single feed mags, by single feed I mean there's one round visible, unlike an AR and AK where it's dual feed left and right. What I've always done is taken the thumb holding the magazine, push down slightly, kind of cam in the next round underneath the feed lips and slide it in. So I'm basically doing what a Maglula does, or what the little Glock sleeve, HK, whatever, whoever has that thing includes as your magazine loader. So I think those are kind of a joke unless you have arthritis and maybe the Maglula, but really what you're doing is you still have to hold this thing, you have to coordinate closing, unclosing. It's spring loaded to help lift it, but on the standard sleeves you have to push down, insert around at the right time, lift. It's not a big deal, but the thing is when you're loading ammo out of your hand, at least it's like this. Sorting it correctly in the correct orientation is really what, for me at least, takes a lot of time. So trying to speedline things, I'm like, what do I do at work? Well, all right, let's do optimization. What takes a large amount of time from a manufacturing standpoint is collation, so getting things in the proper orientation at the right time, which is what you're doing when you load a magazine. So enter the Magpump. So honestly, I thought this thing was going to be a gimmick, and the only reason I spent the money on it is because Bowtech had it on mega sale compared to everybody else, and it had this deal where it has a hopper where it doesn't care about what orientation the ammo is. The only thing it cares about is that you don't drop it right into this small little area. All right, that's where the feed mechanism is. So you don't want to overload it, essentially. But it claims that it can take 50 rounds of ammo, plop it on top, rock and roll. So box of ammo and you're good. It correctly orients it. It comes with CZ, Ruger, Glock, SIG, Springfield Armory, maybe one or two other little adapters. But I got it because I can take this fistful of ammo and I reload a fair amount, and I just keep it in loose boxes. But I take this, drop it in, and it collates it for me, puts it in the right orientation. The way it kind of gets around this deal to put it in the correct shindig is with these adapters. So the adapters allow different magazine types to lock into the system. So it comes with 5 or 6 of these, whatever. Each new one's like $20, which when you're in a class and you've got your time invested in it and your money, especially if it's outside your local area, little tidbits pop up in the background. You're like, ooh, that's important. Well, if you're paying attention to your magazine, or are you paying attention to the instructor that you're paying your time and your money for? And I value the knowledge. That's why I'm there. So if I can Barney this down to where I don't have to pay attention and I can learn from the instructor, life's all the better. So here's an HK adapter, works with VP9, anything that runs that style magazine. It's got 2 little ears. So all I do is I snag that, put it right in there. So I got an empty VP9 mag, and I'll just go, we'll just, as you can tell, I'm not paying attention. So it says 50, 3 VP9 mags, that's 51 rounds with the current setup, 17 rounds for the 2020 optic ready system. If you're getting into the optics game and you're opening the German guns, the Walther and the HK plate systems are far superior than Glocks. So all I do is that little adapter I snapped in right there, and it snaps in, and it's got a little trigger. So I pull up on the trigger, I pull this out. Might be different for other guns. I don't really care. Not my problem. Not my gun. But so anyways, I just take the VP9 mag, kind of drop it down in there, and I take that sleeve, push it forward, locks it in just like a frame on it. This handle, pull it. It does everything else for you. That's it. you know, make sure you get full stroke. If you don't pull it up, you can make sure that the feed mechanism works. If you fail to do that, then you know that's on you. If you fail to push it down all the way, it doesn't push it all the way in the magazine. So full stroke, but still, you know, 17 rounds. I'm not orienting anything. Period. So I'll start at the 22nd. Alright, so we're under 20 seconds for a 17 round magazine, and that's including like feed failures and whatnot, because I've used this like twice before. So yeah, 17 rounds, boom, easy peasy. And take the next one, plop it in. You know, we're going with the flat to the back, just like that pistol. Just act like you're reloading your gun with the muzzle pointed to the ground. So at the 10-second mark, we'll go. And go. Alright, that was 14 seconds. So if you haven't caught this idea, it'd be really nice for training classes. Yeah, so if you're going to a bunch of training classes, you want to actually get value out of your instruction versus just saying you've done a high round count class, or maybe you are an instructor. You're like, I got MMPs, I got Glocks, and you know those are the two big ones, and other random crap. This could be nice if you're a matching coordinator for IDPA, USPSA, something like that. And you're trying to make it easier for new people to get in, so they can like not get that information overwhelm syndrome where they just spaz out and they brain up everything. Maybe you own a range and you're starting off, you're like, hey, you know, our premium lanes have this device. It makes everything easier. I think I spent $90, maybe $100, something like that, shipped from Botec for the Magpump. That's the cheap one. They have a nice one, which if I had a range, I'd buy the nice one. It's simple. Hopper just connects with two pull pins. Boom, boom. Change it out so it's easy for throw it in your range bag or whatever, if you got a duffel bag. But highly recommended. And I'm somebody who has never owned a magazine loading device outside of a strip Lula for stripper clips. And I've been shooting since I was a teenager on my own accord, only person in my family that's into guns, and I'm 35 years old. So if that says anything about how nice this thing is, if you got the extra $100, if you've already got ammo, yeah, it's just going to make everything a lot nicer. So it's kind of like cruise control for your magazines. So have a good night. Again, happy Friday, May 15th, 2020. And yeah, we'll go from there.